Hello! Welcome back to English Ember.
Hi, everyone. We're so excited you're here.
I'm Ella.
And I'm James. On this channel, we help you practice real everyday English through natural conversations.
Today, we're going to talk about something that's crucial for learning English: how to talk about English conversation practice itself.
This is a really meta topic. We're going to discuss conversation practice while practicing conversation. It's perfect for learners.
Please remember to like this video and subscribe to English Ember for more English practice. It really helps us grow.
Let's get started.
So, James, when did you realize that conversation practice was the key to learning a language?
That's a great question. I realized it when I was trying to learn French. I studied grammar for months, but couldn't actually speak. What about you?
I had a similar experience with Spanish. I could read and write fairly well, but when someone spoke to me in Spanish, I froze.
That's so common. Many people can understand a language but struggle to speak it. Why do you think that happens?
I think it's because speaking requires you to think quickly. You don't have time to translate in your head or check a dictionary.
Exactly. Speaking is active, not passive. It's like the difference between watching someone play basketball and actually playing yourself.
That's a perfect analogy. You need to practice speaking to get better at speaking. There's no shortcut.
Now let's talk about why conversation practice is so important for English learners. What's the main benefit?
The biggest benefit is confidence. The more you practice speaking, the more comfortable you become with using English in real situations.
Confidence is huge. I've met people who know a lot of English vocabulary and grammar but are too afraid to speak.
That's heartbreaking because they have the knowledge, but fear holds them back. Conversation practice helps overcome that fear.
What other benefits are there?
Conversation practice helps you think in English instead of translating from your native language. That's when you become truly fluent.
Right. When you stop translating and start thinking directly in English, your speaking becomes much more natural and faster.
Another benefit is learning natural expressions and slang that you don't find in textbooks.
Oh yes, textbooks teach formal English, but real conversations use idioms, phrasal verbs, and casual language.
Exactly. When you practice with real people, you learn how English is actually spoken, not just how it's written in books.
Now, let's discuss different ways to practice English conversation. What options do learners have?
The best option is finding a conversation partner. This could be a native English speaker or another English learner.
How can someone find a conversation partner?
There are many ways. You can join language exchange websites where you teach someone your language and they teach you English.
That's a great option because it's usually free and both people benefit from the exchange.
Another way is to join English conversation clubs or meetup groups in your local area.
Many cities have these groups where English learners meet to practice speaking in a casual, friendly environment.
What about online options? Not everyone has access to conversation partners nearby.
Online tutoring has become incredibly popular. You can find professional English teachers on platforms like italki, Preply, or Cambly.
These platforms let you schedule one-on-one lessons with teachers from around the world at convenient times.
Are online lessons expensive?
It varies. Some professional teachers charge more, but there are also community tutors who offer affordable rates. You can find lessons as low as $5 to $10.
That's pretty reasonable. What about free options for online practice?
You can find language exchange partners on apps like HelloTalk or Tandem. These connect you with native speakers who want to learn your language.
So it's like the online version of in-person language exchange.
Exactly. You can chat via text, voice messages, or video calls.
Now, let's talk about something many learners struggle with. How do you overcome the fear of speaking English?
That's such an important question. The fear is real, and it holds so many people back.
What causes this fear?
Most people are afraid of making mistakes. They worry that others will judge them or laugh at their errors.
But here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a language. Native speakers don't judge you for mistakes.
In fact, most native speakers are impressed when someone is learning their language. They're usually very supportive and encouraging.
So, how can learners overcome this fear?
Start small. Don't jump into a big group conversation on your first day. Begin with one-on-one practice with a patient partner.
That's smart. Building confidence gradually is more effective than forcing yourself into uncomfortable situations.
Another tip is to prepare topics in advance. If you know you'll be practicing conversation, think about what you might discuss.
Like preparing some questions or topics you're interested in talking about?
Exactly. This way, you're not completely caught off guard. You have some ideas ready to discuss.
What about accent anxiety? Many learners worry about their accent.
Accents are completely normal and nothing to be ashamed of. Even native English speakers have different accents, depending on where they're from.
Right. British English sounds different from American English. Australian English is different too. There's no one correct accent.
The goal isn't to sound exactly like a native speaker. The goal is to communicate clearly and be understood.
That's a really important point. Communication is about understanding, not perfection.
Now let's discuss conversation strategies. How can learners have better conversations in English?
Good question. First, learn to ask follow-up questions. This keeps the conversation flowing naturally.
Can you give an example?
Sure. If someone says, "I went to the beach yesterday," don't just say, "That's nice." Ask, "Oh, really? Which beach? How was the weather?"
That's much better. Follow-up questions show interest and give you more to talk about.
Another strategy is learning conversation fillers. These are words and phrases that give you time to think.
Like what?
Phrases like, "Well, let me think," or "That's a good question," or "How should I put this?"
These fillers are natural and they give you a moment to organize your thoughts before answering.
Native speakers use fillers all the time. It's completely normal and acceptable.
Another useful strategy is learning how to politely interrupt or ask for clarification.
What do you mean?
Sometimes you don't understand what someone said. Instead of just nodding and pretending to understand, you should ask for clarification.
What are some polite ways to do that?
You can say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "I didn't quite catch that." Or, "Could you explain what you mean?"
Those are all very polite and natural ways to ask someone to clarify.
Never pretend to understand when you don't. It's much better to ask for clarification than to be confused.
Now let's talk about common mistakes learners make during conversation practice.
One big mistake is translating word by word from their native language. This creates awkward sentences that don't sound natural.
Can you give an example?
Sure. In some languages, you might say, "I have 25 years" to express your age. But in English, we say, "I am 25 years old."
So, direct translation doesn't always work because languages have different structures and expressions.
Exactly. That's why immersion and practice with native speakers is so important. You learn natural patterns.
What's another common mistake?
Speaking too quietly or too quickly because of nervousness. This makes it harder for people to understand you.
Good point. It's better to speak slowly and clearly than to rush through sentences.
Native speakers won't judge you for speaking slowly. They'll appreciate that you're trying to communicate clearly.
Another mistake is giving up too easily. Some learners try conversation once, find it difficult, and never try again.
That's unfortunate because improvement only comes with consistent practice. The first few conversations are always the hardest.
It's like going to the gym. The first week is tough, but it gets easier as you build strength.
Perfect analogy. Conversation practice is mental exercise for your language skills.
Now let's discuss how often learners should practice conversation. What's ideal?
Ideally, every day. Even just 15 to 30 minutes of daily conversation practice makes a huge difference.
But what if someone doesn't have a conversation partner available every day?
Then you can practice by yourself. Talk out loud about your day, describe what you're doing, or have imaginary conversations.
That actually works?
Yes, speaking out loud, even to yourself, helps your brain practice forming English sentences quickly.
What about thinking in English? Does that count as practice?
Absolutely. Thinking in English is excellent practice. Try to narrate your thoughts in English throughout the day.
So if you're making breakfast, think to yourself, I'm making eggs. I need to crack 2 eggs into the pan.
Exactly. This constant mental practice helps English become more natural and automatic.
Now let's review some useful vocabulary for talking about conversation practice.
Great idea. The first phrase is conversation practice. This means intentionally practicing speaking skills through conversation.
For example, I need more conversation practice, or daily conversation practice improves fluency.
Another important word is fluency. Fluency means speaking smoothly and naturally without too much hesitation.
Like, my English fluency has improved, or I want to achieve fluency.
We use the word confidence. Confidence is believing in your ability to speak English.
For example, conversation practice builds confidence, or I feel more confident speaking now.
Another useful term is language exchange. This is when two people help each other learn their languages.
Like, I found a language exchange partner online, or language exchange is a great way to practice.
We mentioned native speaker. A native speaker is someone who learned English as their first language.
For example, I practice with native speakers, or my conversation partner is a native speaker.
Another word is clarification. Clarification means making something clearer or easier to understand.
Like, could you give me some clarification? Or, I need clarification on what you said.
We also use the word immersion. Immersion means surrounding yourself completely with English.
For example, language immersion speeds up learning, or I'm trying to create an immersion environment.
Another useful word is hesitation. Hesitation is when you pause or stop because you're uncertain.
Like, I speak with less hesitation now, or reduce your hesitation by practicing more.
Finally, we said consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly without stopping.
For example, consistency is key to improvement, or practice with consistency for best results.
Those are all very useful words for talking about language learning and conversation practice.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
Are you ready? Today's question is, how do you practice English conversation? What methods work best for you?
Do you practice with friends, use apps, take online lessons, or talk to yourself? We want to know what helps you improve.
Write your answer in the comments below. You can write something like, I practice with language exchange partners on HelloTalk, or I talk to myself in English every morning.
We read every comment, and we love learning about your practice methods. Your ideas might help other learners too.
Don't be shy. Share your tips and experiences with us. We're all here to support each other.
So to summarize today's conversation, we talked about English conversation practice and why it's so important.
We discussed the benefits of conversation practice, building confidence, learning to think in English, and understanding natural expressions.
We explored different ways to practice, finding conversation partners, joining clubs, using online tutors, and language exchange apps.
We discussed overcoming the fear of speaking and understanding that mistakes are a natural part of learning.
We shared conversation strategies like asking follow-up questions, using fillers, and asking for clarification.
We discussed common mistakes learners make and how to avoid them through consistent practice.
And we reviewed important vocabulary related to conversation practice and language learning.
We hope this conversation gives you the motivation and tools to practice English more confidently.
Remember, every conversation is practice. Don't wait until you're perfect to start speaking.
Thank you so much for watching English Ember today. We really appreciate your support.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who's learning English.
And don't forget to subscribe to English Ember and turn on notifications so you never miss a new lesson.
We'll be back soon with another conversation to help you practice your English.
Until then, keep practicing, stay confident, and never stop learning.
From both of us, good luck with your English journey and goodbye.
See you next time.